going to discuss on the topic types of quantitative reasoning. This topic helps us understand how we use numbers in daily life, not just in mathematics. Quantitative reasoning it's not just about solving math problems. It is about using numbers to think logically and make decisions. For example, when we compare prices while shopping or time, manage time in our day-to-day lives, we use quantitative reasoning. That is, quantitative reasoning is the ability to understand and use numbers in real life, while in the shops and while managing our time to do assignments, works, and tasks in our jobs. It involves logical thinking, problem solving, and decision making. Now let's look into arithmetic reasoning. Arithmetic reasoning refers to the basic operations, which are addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, fractions, percentages, and ratios. These are taught from smaller classes to students and come in use in our day-to-day life, in our adult lives too. Like we use arithmetic reasoning while in shops and budgeting and while doing budgeting and time calculation for our daily plans and yearly plans. Thus, this is the most basic type. It includes all kinds of operations. Example, calculating total expenses or discounts in a shop. Can anyone give a real life example where use percentages? That is, we can think about these examples to understand arithmetic reasoning better. Then there is algebraic reasoning. This involves using variables like x and y to solve problems. It helps us understand relationships and patterns. For example, if x plus 5 equal to 10, we find the value of x. That is use of variables and symbols. It is used to solve equations and the identifying patterns. It helps in identifying patterns and relationships. Explain that precisely. It is like solving a puzzle. Then there is statistical reasoning. This type of reasoning deals with the data. That is, we get data of all kinds, with the numerous numbers and other informations. This type of this type of reasoning collects, organizes, and interprets information using graphs, charts, mean, median, and mode. This helps us to make informed decisions. For example, analyzing students' marks in a class. Thus, a statistical reasoning involves collecting and analyzing data, mean, median, mode, and graphs and charts. It involves the analysis of graphs and charts. Then there is probabilistic reasoning. This is about chance and probability. It helps us predict outcomes. That is, this reasoning helps in predicting outcomes. For example, what is the chance of getting heads in a coin toss? The probability is 1 by 2. Thus, students can guess probability before getting to know the actual result. Another quantitative reasoning is known as logical reasoning. This is identifying patterns and sequences. That is, involves thinking in patterns and solving puzzles. This helps in drawing conclusions and improve thinking skills. Like, for example, in a sequence of numbers like 2, 4, 8, 16, we understand the pattern and logically find the answer to the question, like what the next number comes. After 16 comes 32 because all the numbers are multiplied. This is how logical reasoning helps by recognizing the pattern and drawing conclusions. Another quantitative reasoning is spatial reasoning. This is the understanding of shapes and space. Geometry, it deals with the geometry and visualization of matter. It is used in design and engineering. That is, Spatial reasoning is about understanding shapes and space and useful in geometry, map reading, and even in fields like architecture and engineering. Visualizing how a cube looks from different angles is an example of spatial reasoning. That's all for the quantitative reasoning types, and now let's understand the importance of quantitative reasoning. That is, it helps in daily life decisions and it improves critical thinking and is useful in many careers and our growth. The careers like business, science, and technology all value quantitative reasoning and is very essential. Let's understand teaching strategies to employ quantitative reasoning in classrooms. To teach this effectively, we need to use real life examples, encourage group work, use visuals and activities, and ask open-ended questions. That is, we should use real life examples, charts, visuals, and open-ended questions to develop quantitative reasoning. To conclude, quantitative reasoning is not just about numbers. This is a life skill. It helps us think clearly, solve problems, and make better decisions. That's all. Thank you for watching my video.